So sometimes, guys, we get into this position, he's holding on, and I'll make a grip break, guys, and then from here I have that one sleeve already. So whether we're trying to catch that other sleeve or he's not letting me catch that other sleeve, I can reach in and start grabbing this collar too, and this is going to work for me just as easy. All right, so from here, the only thing I'm going to do is I kind of step out to one side, he brings his hand back to center, and when he brings his hand back to center, guys, I'm going to drop and drive myself all the way through and take him all the way to the other side and keep the same control. Everything's the same. We just changed the grip position here, okay? So I'm going to tell you guys the truth. To me, when I'm attacking here, it's whatever I can get. If I can grab both sleeves, guys, to me, I'm going to do a certain movement and take them down. If I can grab the collar and sleeve, then that's what I'm going to use to get into position. And I'm going to tell you the truth. This, they'll be way more defensive about, but they'll allow me to grab into this position a whole lot more. And then we can do whatever we want to get into this position too. Like we can combine what we did last week with what we're doing this week. If he, step back with this foot. How do you say? If he gets to here and I give him a really big attack and he starts stepping back, he just squared up on me. Now from here, I can drive inside and get into position and start doing the throw. Most of it is I want him, especially while I'm moving, for him to be off balance. Off balance means that his head is in front of his feet. Whenever he's sitting in this position, guys, if his head is in front of his feet, he's already moving in that direction. I want him to go in that direction. Just take the throw however you're going to take it, right? So he grabs onto me, I make grip, and I start breaking. I try to go for the last technique that we did. He's defending, I grab onto his collar, and this is going to be real easy. Whatever the technique you want to do. Now from here, if you want to push and he resists, that's a really good spot for you to get the throw too, all right? I push him and he resists that movement. He goes opposite to what I just gave him, and I inject myself all the way through, and everything's the same, all right? So the only thing I'm going to tell you guys is this, is I feel like sometimes you guys are getting into this position or any of these throws, and you guys are relying too much on the far shoulder. When I inject myself, this shoulder is going to be at his hip or at his belt. That's the one that's kind of doing most of the work for me. I'm really trying to kind of wind his arm, his gi, around my body, and my shoulders kind of lift up. I get into this position, I'm pulling him, and then from here, my shoulder kind of jumps up into the air, and I take him all the way through to get to the other side, all right? Let's try that again. Stay over here, please. So, break the grip. I try to go for the sleeve. He doesn't let me. I get to here. I push. He resists. I drop, and watch what I'm doing. I'm pulling this all the way around, and then from here, my shoulder kind of hops up into the air, and I take them all the way through. And for me, I prefer you guys to use your shoulder than to drop your head, all right? If they're too heavy, some of you guys are about the same size, and they're heavy, and they're dropping their head, and your head's gonna touch the mat. I don't want your head to make impact at all right? Anybody have any questions here? It's the exact same movement, but now we have a sleeve and the same side collar. Do not grab the opposite collar. It's the same side collar. This arm, this collar, all right? This arm, this collar, all right? And just make sure that arm goes all the way around your body, and then inject, and then we get into position, all right? Is that good? Anybody have any questions? Everybody's good? Everybody together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's do this, guys.